As much as I would love to hit the fine people of Twitch with a cliffhanger, I need to know if tonight's the night. I need to know. Let's take a look at how this might play out. First and foremost, a look at the Cubs roster, then we'll talk about our own. Actually, you know what? We'll do it from the other menu. For the Cubs, led by Logan Gilbert, who was 2-0 this postseason. Paul Skeens, who has been ungodly. Just outright godly, not even ungodly. Like, he's been better than a god. It's crazy he has a loss. Rodney Quisenberry. And then the rotation gets weak with Brody McCullough and Robert Gasser, who does have velocity, so that's nice. The pen, Oliver Huerta, Felix Bautista at 37, Andrew Walters, Jose Bermudez, Andreas Munoz, Troy Lowry, and Yohan Duran. It's not the strongest pitching staff, really. I mean, the three top starters are solid. Everything else, they need people to step up. Obviously, for us, we have some concerns. Lineup-wise, for the Cubs, Jordan Adams hitting 286. Owen Casey at 167. Joe Calderon hitting 258. Junior Caminero, 115. Kyle Teal batting 375. Jesus Sanchez at 200. Christopher Morel at 304. Ozzy Albies at 280. And Cooper Pratt at a 320. It's been those role players stepping up. Ornelas has gotten plenty of at-bats. He's at 267. They have Buxton on the bench. Should we win this series? Yes. Will we win this series? I got no idea. But we're going to find out. We won 22 more games than them in the regular season. Our batting average, by the way, is a 296, but our ERA is a 324. So we have gotten the better appearances at the plate. They have had the better pitching so far in the playoffs. And in terms of who is starting this series, I mean, we got to go back to the big guns at some point. You know? Got to do it. Bill Ullman gets another chance. Lineup-wise, I'm a little bit afraid. Bernal's still going to be in for Herrera. Orb, take it easy. I was tempted to not do this series because it is late, but man, I got to know. I have Tulibits back in its second. And Chester Jacobson did get a hit in his only at bat. Put Jacobson in a third. And what else can we do? A lot of righties. And then for the lefties, a lot of these guys are destroying worlds right now for the lefties. Flynn, what's up, dude? It's been all right. I mean, same thoughts about franchises last night, but we are in a pretty good spot here right now. Cost us all the way down in 8, but again, good depth throughout the lineup. Game number 1, the NLCS against the Cubs. 2-out single for Calderon. Ullman gets out of it. Paul Skeens is on the mound. This is our biggest challenge yet. Holiday gets the walk. Tulibit singles. Merrill can't bring him in. nor can Chunky. Of course, we nearly did acquire Skeens. 2 on, 1 out for the Cubs. Albies can't deliver. Nor can Pratt. Okay. Alonso down. Jacobson down. Casas walks. Bernal strikes out. Ullman's in a really tough spot as a pitcher. Needing to hold on for long enough for our offense to find a way to get to Paul Skeens. So far, it's not happening. 2 out, single. A follow-up single. Albies grounds out. 5 hits to 1 in the Cubs' favor. They haven't been able to strike yet. But Paul Skeens is mowing us down. A leadoff double for Cooper Pratt. A follow-up single. Casey with a 3-run shot. And I don't want to say that could be the game right there, but with Paul Skeens on the mound, that could be the game right there, man. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. And we can't get anything going. We have 1 hit through 5 innings. Love how squeaky this chair is, but in fairness, it's an accurate representation of this team at the plate because we're shitting ourselves having to face Paul Skeens. A walk for Carnitz. Holiday. Tulibits. Strikes out. Jackson Merrill. Sack bunts. I didn't even tell him to. Harris. Brings in 2. Chunky Harris. Proves that Paul Skeens is human. Alonso. Has tied this game at 3. Paul Skeens is human. Tied at 3 through 6. Great job by Ullman. Skeens is out. Bernal walks. Garnitz bunts him over. Holiday brings him home. 4 unanswered for St. Louis. And that'll do it for Ullman. We're in a rough spot here. Switch hitter, righty, lefty, and an extra lefty. Let's bring Montez. Let's bring Montez back out, maybe. Yeah. See what you can do here, Dan. 2 out walk to Teal. Sanchez singles. Morel. Pinch runners. And a 3-run shot for Neville Francis. Cubs back up by 2. Harris against Munoz. Flies out. Alonso walks. Jacobson brings us back to within 1. Casas strikes out. Bernal singles. Alden Carnitz cannot tie the game. Righty, righty, lefty. Let's bring Fagan back in. Pratt singles. Adams strikes out. Casey strikes out. Calderon walks. Caminero strikes out. Bottom of the 9th, down by 1. Jackson Holiday grounds out. James Tulibits grounds out. Jackson Merrill pops up. Cubs take game 1, 6-5. Neville Francis's 3-run shot in the top of the 8th was the difference. Every single player with some form of contribution in this one. Ullman, 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. With the loss, will be charged to Montez. Damn. Got Paul Skeens out of the game, and it ended up not mattering. It's so rough. Game number 2. And it's got to be Roki Sasaki. We got to give him a second start to see if he can be counted on. Otherwise, it's Bob Henley and his band of merry men. Jacobson will still be at third. Bernal barely doing better than Herrera, who will be given another chance. Garnett's still doing better than Ullman. And then Forrest Fleming will still be out for Tulibits. This was not the situation we wanted to be in. Immediately chasing a series. But here we are. Immediately chasing a series. All right. It'll be Holiday, Harris, Alonso, Tulibits, Merrill, Herrera, Casas. Yeah, that works. Game 2. Game 2. Was it the old MLB games that had the overall as a bar instead of a rating? Yes. MVP Baseball 05. In particular. Good 1-2-3 inning for Roki to start us off. 2 on base for Alonso. Fielder's choice. Tulibits brings in 1. Merrill down. Herrera finally shows up this postseason with a 2 RBI double. Casas brings him in. A 4-run bottom of the first. But a leadoff double given up by Sasaki. Gets out of it, though. 4 runs of support for Roki Sasaki. We need him to deliver here. Garnett's down. Holiday doubles. Harris can't bring him in. Alonso can't either. Sasaki continuing the deal. Solo shot for James Tulibits. 5-0. Not much else that half inning. Sasaki continuing to mow them down. Their starter's already gone. Leadoff single for Teal. A walk. Morel brings in 1. Sasaki's in trouble. Sasaki's in a lot of trouble. Can he get out of it? Sasaki, I'm up until the end, buddy. 3-run inning for the Cubs. Keeping him in, man. He's got to prove himself. Solo shot. The lead's down to 1. Sasaki is nearly blown. A 5-run lead. Righty, lefty, lefty. It's got to be a lefty. We're bringing in Swanger. Walks Caminero. Walks Teal. A 5-run lead has disappeared in game number 2. Bases loaded, 1 out for Cooper Pratt. Brings in 2. We'll bring in Guerrero. Another run scores. A 5-0 lead has turned into an 8-5 deficit. Back-to-back walks. Casas brings in 1. Jacobson brings in another. Garnett's gives the Cardinals the lead back at 9-8. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Jackson Merrill cannot deliver. A ridiculous turn of events as Guerrero loads the bases with 1 out. Fielder's choice, and he gets out of it. Two on, 1 out. Garnett's. Runner thrown out at home. Holiday Makes it a 2-run game. Heading to the 8th. Guerrero walks the first 2 he faces. We got to take him out. It's going to be Silva. Gets 1. Gets 2. Henry Silva take a bow. Alonso against Lowry. Tulibits. Merrill, nothing doing. Can Henry Silva seal the deal? 1 down. A walk. Albies down. Cooper Pratt is down. And we avoid disaster. A 5-run lead wasn't enough. We had to keep fighting. But we got it done. And we win game 2, 10-8. What the hell, man? Just an absurd game. That saw Josh Swanger get brutalized, stat-wise. Dougie Guerrero the win, Henry Silva the save. This series is tied at 1 game apiece. We go to game 3 in Chicago. Oh, man. God, what's the next twist of the tail here? Cairo's ready to go. Henley is also ready to go. It's got to be Henley. But then we know that we're trusting Cairo and Dickinson more than Ullman and Sasaki. In terms of relievers, I need to take note of the numbers so far. Jesus Christ. Fagan, Hooper, Silva are the ones to trust at the top of the board. Bob Henley's in. Lineup-wise, I mean, Herrera showed up a little bit, but Bernal's still been better. Tulibits goes nowhere. He's still in for Fleming. Jacobson is still in at third. Garnett's still in right. So we'll end up with a pretty similar lineup as we continue to just run with the hot hands. Looks like Merrill will be falling down the order a little bit. Chester Jacobson has been red hot so far. Multiple switch hitters, so we'll have Carnets at the top. Holiday, Jacobson, Casas, Tulibits, Alonso, Harris, Merrill, and Bernal. Here we go. Game number 3, a 1-1 split in the NLCS. Carnets on for a walk. Holiday, double play. Jacobson down. Solo shot for Jordan Adams. First batter for the Cubs. Oh, Henley struggling. Henley has loaded the bases with no outs. Kyle Teal, sac fly. Sanchez, a pop-up. Gets out of it with only 2 runs allowed. Our offense is struggling so far. An error at a bad time. Double play got us out of it. Harris singles. Merrill pops up. Bernal down. Carnets down. 1 hit through 3 innings. Casey with a leadoff triple. And they go 0 for 3 in terms of trying to bring him in. Jacobson the double. Casas on an error. Tulibits. Double play. As Henley does well. Alonso on. Harris double play. That's like the 3rd double play ball of the game already. Henley, a 2-out double. Gets out of it. Carnets is on. Holiday singles. Jacobson strikes out. Casas. Fielder's choice. Keep wasting base runners. Caminero's on. Teal on an error. Sanchez down. Morel double play. That'll do it for Henley today. Still looking for our first run of the game, and we can't find it. Switch righty. So we're looking at Fagan, Hooper, or Silva. They're all righties. Let's go for Fagan. Gives up a leadoff single. Another single. Takes down Casey, and Calderon brings in another. 3-0 Cubs. Gilbert's finally out. We got nothing going offensively. Absolutely nothing. Strikes out the side there, but here it is, top of the 9th. Holiday against Duran. Grounds out. Jacobson walks. Casas. Double play. Cubs take game 3. Reaver, just franchise kept going. So I don't know if I'll switch to Road to the Show or not. It kind of depends on what happens. I might do a series right at the end. We'll see. 3-0. Overall, we get shut out. Bob Henley's 6 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 3 Ks in 6 innings. Gets charged with the loss. Just feels like we're constantly chasing in these series because we are. Game number 4. It's a must win as far as I'm concerned. It's got to be Pedro Cairo. And honestly, it's risky. We're turning back to the best overall players. Let's see if they can deliver. Backs against the wall, we turn to our best players, not necessarily our best performers. And we'll give them the chance. What do we got to lose? Aside from this series. Cairo, bases loaded, 2 outs. Gets out of it. How many times have I said that this postseason? And Ullman gets back into the lineup, hits right into a double play. 2-out double. Get out of it, but yeah, they do have Skeens, and again, we couldn't get the win the last time. He ended up with a no contest, no decision there. Nice steal for Fleming. Holiday almost brought him home. Nice 1-2-3 inning there. Just getting mowed down by Skeens. A leadoff double for Teal. The wrong button there at a bad time. Real bad time because now it's bases loaded. 1 out. Pop up. Jordan Adams gets out of it. Scoreless. 4 innings on both sides. Ullman singles. 2 on, 2 outs. Forrest Fleming grounds out. Leadoff walk for Cairo. 2 on, 1 out. Another fly out. Pedro gets out of it again. Can we get anything going against Skeens? No, we cannot. That's got to do it for Cairo. 6 strong innings. It's going to be Hooper. Gets through it. 1-2-3. Skeens is out. Solo shot, Jackson Merrill. The second Paul Skeens gets taken out of the game. We strike. 2-out single for Holiday. Harris walks. Casas can't bring him home. See if Hooper can make it through. Another 1-2-3. Bautista in. Herrera down. Alonso walks. Ullman walks. Merrill against Walters. Double play. Can Jason Hooper seal the deal? Leadoff single. Fielder's choice. Pratt pops up. Jordan Adams. Owen Casey. Can tie this game or win this game with one swing of the bat. And a fielder's choice, the Cardinals win 1-0. Holy hell. Moving us to 1-1 overall when Skeens pitches, and neither time was he involved in the decision as Jason Hooper shuts things down. 3 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 2 Ks. After a really strong start from Pedro Cairo. That is the performance that we needed from the pitching. The offense left a bit to be desired, but we're tied at 2 apiece. Heading into game number 5. Who the hell gets the start in game number 5? And might it be the rookie for the first time? It's got to be. Steven Dixon gets his first career playoff start. And after giving some players another chance, Jacobson's back in third. Carnet's back in the outfield. 118 for Herrera. We're still going to go with Bernal. Casas down to 226. And then Fleming will be out for Tulibits. Got to do it. And honestly, we're going to ditch the lefty-righty dynamic. And we are just going to go off of pure batting average this postseason. Just whoever's played the best will get the opportunities to deliver. So Holiday, Jacobson, Tulibits is not the first 3 I thought we'd have. But it's what we're going for. Against Rodney Quisenberry, their number 2. Dixon gives up a single, and immediately it's an RBI double. And another run. And another run. 3 straight doubles for the Cubs. As Dixon gets lit up in the first inning. 2-out single for Alonso. Merrill can't do anything. As Dixon has a much quieter second frame. Casas leadoff single. Bernal follows it up. Holiday sack flies. Jacobson pops up. Tulibits flies out, but we are at least on the board. And another nice job there done by Dixon. Garnetts is on. Harris down. Alonso brings him in on an RBI triple. Merrill ties this game. Casas down, Bernal down, but we are tied at 3. Deal is on. Sack bunted over. Morel gets hit. Bases loaded, 1 out for Cooper Pratt. Brings one in as he reaches on an error. Adams down. Casey brings in 2. 6-3, Chicago. Solo shot for Chester Jacobson, 6-4. Tulibits on an error. Carnet's double play. How much more can we get out of Dixon? And we hit the limit. Probably gave him one more batter than I should have. Silva's in. And he gives up a 2-run shot. It's 9-4. Anytime we start to build up trust in somebody, they then shit the bed at the next moments, or at the next opportunity, I should say, which is rough. Let's go with rough. Just woke up and thought they said you were playing Cuba. Imagine. Bernal loads the bases. Jackson Holiday brings in 1 on a walk. Jacobson brings in 2. 9-7. Tulibits pops up. This game's not over yet, though. It's not over yet. Leads back to 3. Carnet's down, Harris down, Alonso singles, Merrill singles, Casas grounds out. Top of the 8th, Bernal against Munoz. Flies out. Holiday down, Jacobson down. That's going to do it for Silva. I got to give Swanger another chance, man. He delivers. Top of the ninth. Tulibits against Duran. Pops up. Carnitz strikes out. Harris grounds out. The Cubs take Game 5 and are 1 win away from the World Series. We could not shut them down today. No matter what we did. Yeah, I mean, Swanger got his ERA down, but obviously Dixon got lit up. Absolutely lit up. So back to St. Louis for at least one more game. The season's on the line. 105 wins. And it comes down to this. Sasaki and Ullman haven't been great. Henley's been our best pitcher this postseason that isn't named Pedro Cairo. In terms of relievers, we rely on Hooper and Fagan in that order. And then Guerrero, if need be. Bob Henley's on. We need our best bats in this lineup. Jacobson's in. Carnitz still in over Ullman. Actually, no, Ullman's going to get the start because I need Carnitz as a pinch runner. Tulibits still in at second. 118 for Herrera, 222 for Bernal. I cannot believe how bad Herrera's been. Like, he hit the wall. He didn't hit the wall. He slammed into that wall. I'm just like, yep, you're not good anymore, buddy. Crazy how quickly it happened. Again, we're going off of average. Want the most consistent hitters in the best spots possible. Jacobson, Holiday, Alonso, Harris. We need a big game out of Tristan Casas, I'll tell you that much. Season on the line. One out single. Another single. And a double play ball. Gets out of it. Jacobson leadoff double. We got to swing for the fences today. No small ball right now. Holiday, 2-run shot. That is what we needed. Big moment again for Jackson Holiday. A double for Alonso. Harris grounds out. Merrill brings him in. 3-0. Tulibits flies out. Ullman into a fielder's choice, but we strike early. A 1-out double for the Cubs. Morel down. Pratt walks. Joey Weimer walks. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Jordan Adams brings in one on an error. I was going to say a walk. Albies flies out. 3-1. Casas down. Bernal walks. Jacobson down. Holiday grounds out. Henley's not going to make it too far here. Two walks in a row. Sanchez making 3 walks in a row. That's going to do it for Bob Henley. He's cooked. He's cooked. We don't even get 2 innings out of Henley in this one. If Cairo starts game 7, if we make it, it's Ullman or Roki Sasaki as to not... Well, I mean, fuck it. We could just go to the bullpen. Fagan, you're in, buddy. Grand slam. The signings of Fagan and Casas, that was supposed to be enough to push us over the edge. Their underperformance is what's going to cost us. It's 5-3 Cubs. 2 on, no outs for Merrill. Bases loaded. No outs for Tulibits. Both teams with a grand slam in the third inning. 7-5 St. Louis. James Tulibits. This is madness. Madness. And their starter's gone as well. Ullman singles. Casas down. Bernal singles. Jacobson singles. For the second time this half inning, bases loaded St. Louis. Jackson Holiday. Double play. Imagine 2 grand slams in the same inning. Fagan, we're leaving you in for the moment, buddy. Solo shot there for Calderon. Fuck it, you're staying in. Fuck you. Be worth your contract. 7-6. Merrill, 2-out single. Tulibits fielder's choice. We're leaving Fagan in at this point. Gets out of it again. Andrew Walters in for them. Ullman walks. Casas fielder's choice. No follow-up help here. Fagan's looking tired. We go to Hooper. We apparently had a defensive substitution. What happened? That's really weird. And we got out of it. Holiday against Bermudez. Alonso. Harris. Nothing doing, man. Leadoff walk to Calderon. Caminero down. Teal double play. Let's go. Bottom of the 7th. Felix Batista gives up a single to Merrill. Tulibits! Unbelievable. The defensive Wizards found his game. RBI double. Ullman down. Casas brings in another 9-6. Bernal to double play. Guerrero. Solo shot to Pratt. 9-7. Bottom of the 8th. Jacobson down. Holiday down. Alonso down. Can Guerrero seal the deal? Adams down. Albies down. Calderon is down. We are going to Game 7. Courtesy of James Tulibits. Winner goes to the World Series. Unbelievable. You have Detroit up 3-2 on Kansas City. But we can't think about that right now. One more game is all we're guaranteed. One more win is what we need to not have this season go to waste. The big story, the ERA is sinking us. We need to find a way here to break through. Game 7, at home no less. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but there's no doubt in my mind that we're sending Pedro Cairo out there over Roki Sasaki. How insane is that? Batshit insane, if you ask me. But that is what we're dealing with. Pedro Cairo to the mound. Tulibits back in at second. Jacobson at third. Ullman will stay over Karnitz. And Bernal in over Herrera. Gotta be done. One more game. Let's start Roki and pull him after 3. Roki, there's a chance he steps in as a long reliever. But I don't trust him. It sucks to not be able to trust the guy I'm paying over $40 million to. But he hasn't earned that trust through his play. The righty-lefty dynamic is totally thrown off on this team right now, but that's okay. Game 7. And a strong start for Cairo, 1-2-3 inning. Holiday, the one-out double. But nobody brings him home. Leadoff single. Caminero. A walk to Teal. A walk to Sanchez. Bases loaded. No outs. A sac fly. It's 1-0. A fly out. And a line out. We escape with just 1 run allowed. Tulibit's down. Harris down. Ullman down. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Cairo there. Bernal down. Casas. Jacobson walks. Holiday doubles. Merrill 2 on, 2 outs. Flies out. 2 out single. Cubs can't do anything with. Alonso down. Tulibit singles. Harris double play. Albies reaches on an error. A strikeout. A fly out. Another walk. Pedro, I'm trusting you here. 2-0 Cubs. We turn to Hooper, who gets us out of it. 2-0 Chicago, though. Ullman down. Bernal down. Casas, dude, we cannot hit Logan Gilbert. 1 out single. Fielder's choice. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Jacobson leadoff single. Holiday fielder's choice. Merrill fielder's choice. Alonso 3 in a row. Pratt down. Adams singles. Weimer the fielder's choice. Calderon down. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Dude, if we can not get Logan Gilbert out of here, we're boned. Tulibit's down. Harris down. Ullman down. Caminero's on. Teal goes down. Sanchez out. Morel out. Bottom of the 8th. Starter's gone. Bernal. Leonardo Bernal. Solo shot. We're on the board. A fucking backup catcher. Casas. Singles. And what do we do here? What do we do here? Do we pinch run Casas? Go for the steal? Like, do we play small ball or do we just swing with Jacobson, who's been out of his mind? This is it right here. Fuck. Just tie the game first and live to see another day. Garnett's to pinch run for Casas. Garnett's to steal. Gets it. Jacobson. Successful bunt. Holiday. Walks. Merrill. Double play. Oh my God. Oh my God. We have no choice. Chris Karowski is in. He's our best pitcher left that has any sort of stamina. The winner of this game plays the Detroit Tigers in the World Series. We are down by 1. The Cubs are obviously up.
One, nobody out in the
We need Kurowski to keep them off the board. Nice sinker to start off.
Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Henry Silva up and loosening in the pen.
Jackson Merrill failed us, man. At least on that one.
That's off the inside corner.
We need Kurowski to get through this without allowing any extra runs.
That's a little bit low.
Then we need another bottom of the ninth miracle.
That misses.
Consecutive series with a do-or-die game.
From the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the
3-1 count to Ozzy Albies. Fouls off the sinker. Fouls off a slider that was going to be wide.
Gets a piece
And another foul. Kurowski continues to try to paint the corners. He's just not hitting it. Albies is swinging anyway. Another foul.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Another foul. Kurowski's stamina just getting torched. And he gets Albies on the sinker.
He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat.
Omar Rodriguez has been subbed in at third base.
Omar Rodriguez. He's the new third baseman.
It makes sense. The guy that I put there technically doesn't play third base.
In this one.
Well, I didn't put it as a secondary position, I don't think. I would have. It's fine.
And a swing and a miss.
This is the punishment, I suppose.
In his fifth season, he features
Pratt swings and misses.
a slider, a curve.
0-1.
Occasionally uses a cut.
And no bite on the curveball.
The 1-1 is fouled
Another
off.
foul. Tough spot to be in.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Sinker. I mean, Kurowski's doing a good job of not giving them too much, that happens to be hittable. And speaking of which, a big slider. 2 down.
You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited.
Leadoff man, Jordan Adams.
They get into themselves, knowing that they can miss the bat. Tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
One more, Chris. One more.
Adams.
Cutter's in there.
No balls and a strike.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Swings through that.
Slider, swings and misses. 0-2 quickly to Jordan Adams. Kurowski shut it down. The 0-2.
That misses the zone.
A slider that was nowhere close. Unfortunately.
That maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
The 1-2. Gets him looking on the curveball. Chris Kurowski does his job. Now the offense needs to do theirs.
That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Down by 1 to the bottom of the ninth in Game 7.
Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Yohan Duran.
Well, the best relievers love
2030 reliever of the year. 6 saves in 6 opportunities so far this postseason. Holy shit.
Well, 1-run game.
Alexis Alonso leads off.
3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. This one
First pitch swinging, fouls off a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
One-run game, bottom 9.
0-1.
Check
A
swing.
check swing. It didn't matter. The 12-6 is in there, and it's a quick 0-2. Alonso fouls off the splitter.
Still 0-2. Looking to get the tying run on base.
Another foul.
He stays
A
alive.
high heat 101 from the veteran. And gets him on the 12-6.
A huge out to
One
start
down.
the bottom of the ninth.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that
James Tulibitz
and making some type of comeback.
did not start this postseason in the lineup.
And that helps
Earned his way in.
a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
And hits one to center. Diving effort. It's not caught. Tulibitz is on.
It's the tying run on base.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity.
A close call with their center fielder.
Day and a nice job of turning
But
the ball.
Tulibitz delivers again. God, that was close.
And now the DH. Gary
Chunky Harris, with one swing, can send the Cardinals to the World Series.
in the dirt.
He holds off on a low outside splitter. 0 for 3 tonight is Chunky Harris.
The pitch. Right there.
And he looks at the splitter.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
I'm nervous.
Tapped at the plate.
This is
but
when
it's a
franchise
foul.
mode is at its
Two
best.
strikes may see some movement over
Owl
the
makes it a
first
1-2
base.
count. They go for the pickoff. Tulibitz is
First
safe.
is safe. Here's a 1-2. And that's down and away.
Hold there from Harris on the outside splitter.
Trying to keep the game alive. here
2-2 for Chunky. Swings and misses. 102 on the gun. And we're down to our last out.
On the inside part of the plate, couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up
Jeff
against the ropes, gotta figure out a
Ullman.
way to put 'em away. Did a nice job right there.
Checks over to first.
Pickoff for the win.
Safely.
Well, at least you got the
Jeff
pitcher
Ullman
a little bit. You don't want to run
is our
yourself
last
out of
hope.
the ball game. You get thrown out or picked off, it's over.
Runner goes. Tulibitz to second. Safe.
Second with a stolen base.
Tulibitz trying to do it all on his own.
Position.
Fucking Pedroia reincarnate. A tying run to second. And I need to consider who I want taking this at bat. We have no choice but for it to be righty on righty. 84 clutch for Ullman. We have no choice but for it to be him. I mean, it's him or Herrera. Is Ullman a two-way? No. It's Ullman or Herrera, and it deserves to be Ullman. He's the guy. The 1-0.
The tying run at second.
Ullman fouls it off.
They're all comfortable.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, there are 2 players named Ullman. We got a pitcher and a outfielder. The Ullman brothers.
But this is where they earn their keep.
Next pitch misses.
Nasty curve that just missed. Eyeing run at second. The 2-1 count to Jeff Ullman. Swings and misses on the inside fastball. We're down to our last strike. A 105-win season.
I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the
In the balance. Hanging in the balance. Game 7. The 2-2 from Duran.
Is just one strike away.
Allman pops to left. And the Cubs will meet the Tigers in the World Series.
Congratulations to the National League champions. This team clearly excited, and they deserve every bit of this moment. Enjoy it now, but get yourself ready for the biggest series of your life.
For my partner, Chris Singleton, and our great crew, thanks for watching the National League Championship Series on MLB The Show.
All I can say, man. Damn. One run was the difference. Bottom line is their big pitchers of Skeens and Gilbert showed up when eventually I felt like I could not rely on Roki Sasaki based on his performance. But ultimately, we only scored one run, and it was in the 8th inning. We're just not going to win that way. Duran goes 7 for 7 in save opportunities, by the way. So damn close. But yeah, Allman, 12 innings pitched, over a 4-5, like just not great. Henley was at a 3-8 by the end of it. Sasaki at a 7-2 through 10 innings. And then obviously Steven Dixon got fucking lit up in the game that he played. Guerrero was okay. Same for Fagan by the end of it. Hooper was phenomenal. Silva was okay. Swanger got lit up. Montez, by the end of it, got lit up. And then Karowski, very hit or miss. Like, you compare that to the Cubs. Gilbert, a 1.73 ERA and a 1.0 whip on the dot. Skeens, 1.37 and a 0.91. And it was just those two. We just could not hang with them. Most other players, outside of Andrew Walters and Jose Bermudez and Duran, Lowry's looking okay, but I mean, it was just the quality starts they got out of their two big guns. And we couldn't hang.